In this video, we're going to go over voluntary interlock in Alabama when you blow 0.15 or over. This video is mostly going to be for those of you who, after you blew a 0.15, and then ALEA sent you a letter that said that your license will be suspended. Generally, it's going to be suspended for a year. My name is Sam Bone. I'm a DUI lawyer in Gadsden, Alabama. So again, in this video, we're going to go over what happens if you blow a 0.15 and you're wanting to stay the license suspension. I've been practicing DUI law since 2013. In 2017, we got an ignition interlock law, and that's the basis of what I'm going to talk to you about today. So what is the significance of blowing 0.15 or over? When this law initially came into effect, we called it the 0.15 or over a double DUI. And the reason being is it doubles all of your penalties. If you're convicted, again, this is just if you're convicted, then you're going to have double fines. So the minimum would go from, this says to 2,100, it's actually 1,200 would be the minimum. And then also, if depending on whether it's a first, second, or third DUI, it would double the minimum penalties. So for instance, a minimum amount of time you have to spend in jail for a second DUI is 5 days. If you blow 0.15 or over, it increases that to a minimum of 10 days. Again, that's just if you're convicted. Most of what we're going over here today is dealing with a license suspension, and your license has been suspended for a year because you blew 0.15 or over. So if you blow 0.15 or over, it's a mandatory year-long suspension of your license. Generally, if you were to blow, let's say, a 0.08 or 0.14, the mandatory amount of time would just be 90 days. But here, because it's the double DUI, it's a minimum of a year. So what is the ignition interlock device? Here's a picture of what the ignition interlock device is. It's where you blow before you can start your car. It has to make sure that you are not drinking alcohol before you actually drive. What are the benefits of voluntary ignition interlock? The benefits are it stays your license suspension, allows you to get to work, school, or any other essential appointments. How do you install ignition interlock? First, you're going to locate an ALEA approved provider. Where do you go? These are the list of places you can go near Gadsden. We've got Smart Start, Interlock, and the Draeger Interlock Service Center. Here's the names and address. So that's the first step, is locate the provider. Second, you're going to contact that provider and schedule an installation. Here's the costs. And this shows exactly what you're going to bring to get this installation done. Once you get it installed, you're then going to get a certificate of installation and submit the certificate to ALEA. You can bring it in person, or you can follow the submission online at alea.gov. Another option would be to actually take it to the court that you went to. Next, after you get that to ALEA, you're going to apply for a restricted license, which is you're going to have a new license that will say, Joe has a license, however, it is an ignition interlock license. Therefore, if you're pulled over, you show your license and you're driving a car that does not have interlock, they're going to take you to jail. Where do you get this? The place I recommend here is in Jacksonville. Here's the address. You got to bring your ignition interlock installation, photo ID, proof of insurance, and then you've got to pay for the restricted license. Once you've completed the year, what do? You contact your ignition interlock provider and get a certificate that shows that you've done it for a year, along with a compliance report showing no major violations. Then you're going to file a request with the court. You're going to attach the proof of compliance. They may set it for a hearing. They may just grant it immediately. And then you'll schedule the removal of the interlock device, and you'll apply for full license reinstatement, bring the court removal order, proof of compliance, valid photo ID, and apply for your reinstatement fee. If you've got any questions, please let me know.